Greetings and welcome to another Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. I've got a new question from a guy named Heber Martins or something like that, and he asks, is it possible for you to explain how can we create a letter system? I mean, you press E, for example, then a document shows on the screen. You click again and it disappears, something like that. And I've been fiddling a little bit with UMG and collision boxes and whatnot, and I think I've come up with a pretty okay, at least, example on how to do it. So I've created just a simple little texture note that you can use with this tutorial. So go to unrealtutorials.com and then go down to textures. And scroll down to the test note and just right click and save it, or open it and then save it. As you can see, this is just for the lulz, just to have something to use. So I've simply opened a first person template which will do the trick, and I will start by just deleting that because I hate that little thing. And then we will create a project folder. So right click content, new folder, and I will call this just read letter. And there we will put all our project files. Okay, so we will start by creating a little table or something for the note. So I'm just gonna take this cube and, make it like this, perhaps. Let's see, play. Yeah, that's a good table. Now let's just give it a material. Starter content, materials, something, whatever. That's nice. Save, okay. So now let's create a mesh that will be representing the note. So go up to BSP and then just drag in a box. And I will use the scale here. On the X value, we could take perhaps 0.25. On the Y value, 0.02, and on the Z value 0.3125 something. So that's a nice little whatever. Okay, so now navigate to your read letter folder and then find the note you would like to use, the note texture. BS note, because it's a bullshit note. Here we go. I'm just gonna open and see that it's actually here. That looks, well, it looks like whatever it looks like. Save it. Yes. And save the folder, no, the file project as well. Then just drag this onto this like that. And that looks not what we want, so let's just open the material. See if we can just make it a little bit more suitable. So in here, right click and then search for texture coordinates. Connect this to the UVs. Select this one. And so it's 2 by 2 here. So on the horizontal tiling, perhaps a little bit less than half, so 0.4 perhaps. then apply. Not so bad. And then on the vertical tiling, then just take 0.5, apply. That's that's not too bad. So just make sure it looks a little bit better, then connect it to the emissive color and apply. Here we go. Okay, then save and close it up. Now this is still a BSP, so we have to convert it to a static mesh, but first I'm gonna place the material on all the sides. It's not absolutely necessary, but it looks a little bit better, even though I would, if this was a real game, then I would just create this node the way it should be in Blender and then import it. Okay, so with it selected, go into the details here, and let's see if we can... Yes, under the brush settings, you got create static mesh. And then select your read letter folder and give it a name. So I'm just gonna call it BS letter mesh. Like that. Just save, save. Okay, now place it on the table. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just have to work for what you want to learn. So, like that. That's good. Now, save again. The next now will be to create the collision box that will enable the player to know that it's within reaching distance for the note. So when the player is within that collision box, you will be able to push a key, press a key to pick up the note. So just in the classes, just search for trigger and use the box trigger. You could create all of this as a blueprint class, but I'm going to use the level blueprints now. It doesn't matter. Unless you're gonna, create many of them, then it's better to create a class. Because then you won't have to set up the mechanics every time. So you just create one class and then you can copy them and change the pictures, on the notes. So let's say when the player is here, he will be able to pick it up. Okay, so with that box selected, go into blueprints, open level blueprint, then right click, add event for trigger box, collision, add on actor begin overlap, and we're gonna create one for the end overlap as well, because when it goes too far away, he won't be able to pick it up. Like this. The next now will be to enable input, because when you enable input, you will be able to input a key. So you can drag this out and then search for enable inputs, like that. And also when he exits the overlap, you will disable the inputs. So drag this out and search for disable inputs. And we need to find something to drag here for the player controller, so we will just search for get player controller and connect both of them to that and compile and save. Now, So when the input is enabled, you can search for gate. This is usually used for doors, but we can use it for this as well. And then you can right click and search for just E. Here we go. E. E. Then we want to have the enable input to open, and the pressed on E to enter, and on exit we will have a flop for the hip hop, like that. And we want just to have it start as closed. Okay, so now it's time to create the UMG widget, which we will refer to, because when you press E, we want the node to pop up to the screen. So place this there and then save again. And in the read letter folder, right click and create a widget blueprint. I'm gonna call this read letter widgets. Widget. It's a widget. Widget. Okay, open it up. In here, find an image, drag it in, make it a little bit bigger. Then in the appearance, brush, image, search for your BS note if you're using mine. Here you have it. And this is in no way perfect, so we will just accept that right away. You will have to create your own if you want to have it perfect. I'm just teaching you the mechanics. Let's see. Like that, and then drag this flower thing in the middle, so it will stay in the middle no matter the resolution on the screen. Compile, save. Now, go back into level blueprints, and we will create widgets. No, just search for widgets. Create widget. Then select class, your read letter widget. And when this is up, you'll output it to the viewport. So just search for viewport, add to viewport. And the target will, of course, be this widget. That's on the A. Then on the B, we will have well, that will be when he either pushes E again or exits the overlap. So we will remove it from the viewport. But since I have context sensitive, it doesn't show, so you have to uncheck context sensitive and then take remove from remove from parent, and again make sure it's connected to the widget, like that. And also we need to connect disable input to the remove from parent to make sure the letter is removed either if the player pushes E again or if he exits the overlap. So compile and let's see. Just save first. First, try pushing E. It should not open now. Then we see here, I push it and here it is. And if I push it again, and if I open it and I walk away, then it goes back. Oops, I can see I'm able to move the stone. So just select the stone and set it to static. Now, This is the typical, you know, Resident Evil read letter, where you read it and it stays, you know, you can see it and you can see it on the stone, but we want it to be removed from the stone when you're holding it, so it looks like you're actually picking it up. So what we will do is select this static mesh and go back into level blueprints. And then we will reference it, context sensitive, and then create a reference. Okay, let's create some space. So we will search for hidden, set actor hidden in game. Oh yeah, it's already connected. Like this, and then connect the A to that, and then connect this to the widget like this. We also need one for the disable input, so we will copy it, Control C, Control V, and then connect this target to the same letter, and let the disable input go through this, and then to the remove parent. Okay, I think this is good. Let's see. Just save again because I'm manic. So I go here, pick it up. No. Something is wrong. Oh yes, on the above one, check new hidden. Very important. Now compile. Let's see. Please let that be all. Yes. No. It's not back. It's not coming back. What am I doing wrong? Yes. I'm not connecting the B. Connect the B to this one. Because now I didn't know that the other flop or flip was supposed to do that. So let's see. Boom, and it's back. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, you know. That's one step further than Resident Evil. They have a little bit more elaborate notes, but who cares? And then if you go away, it pops back. But you will notice that if you just go away and it pops back and you get back and you want to pick it up, you need to push 2 times. But if you lay it down yourself and then come back, then you can push 1 time. I don't know why this happens. So if you find out, then give me a comment and let me know. But that should, you know, this should do the trick. And if you want, you know, you could go into level blueprints again. And when you overlap the trigger box, you just print a string and you say press E to read letter, for example, and compile. So now when you overlap, press E to read letter. Boom. And that's what you're doing. But the print strings won't show when you package the game and you want to play it as a standalone game. So you would have to create like some text inside the game, or just like this letter, you create the image with the text on in GIMP or something. Just, you know, press E to play, and then you go into here, and instead of having this print string, you will just do the same way. So we'll take a create new widget with the message on, and you just implement this here, and then perhaps take a delay or something in, you know, 2 seconds that will show the message for 2 seconds and then disappear. So, but yeah, hope this helps, and you know, have a great day.